Yeah, yeah, you know how we do. It seemed like Hassan Campbell and Wack 100 ain't been getting no sleep lately. But yo, Wack 100, he took the clubhouse and kind of broke his bio-optic story down. Like, how he came into the game, where he came from and all that. And I ain't gonna front, I kind of like this Wack, you know what I mean? Word, like he should have came in like this with word, dropping gems, you know what I mean? Giving inspiration, like we needed that, you know what I mean? All that other stuff, really, like, you know what I mean? That could have been held at the door, but each his own. And we ain't gonna speak on the other thing, but matter of fact, yo, Wack, tell your story, dog.
Who tell me I can't pay you number $300 a week. I said I don't give a fuck. I just want the training. So he telling me, man, you can't get rich off this shit, but you can make a good living. All right, cool. So I realized, I noticed every time we pulled up, the loading dock, Mexican dudes is always working the loading dock with the pallet rack, and they would unload the trailer and we'd leave. But then he would give me a blank check to pay the dudes. It was always like $500 check for unloading, like a lumper fee, what they called it. So shit, I started going back there, watching how they unloaded, helping them unload. So after about 2 weeks, I said, all right, I'm gonna be the one to pull in to the dock while you sleep. I'm gonna get out and unload. He give me the blank check. I go to the bathroom, put it in my pocket. I'm making more money unloading the motherfucking trailer than I am getting paid to drive every week. Right?
Mm.
So so we doing at least 2 stops a week. So I'm making 1,000 a week there, 4,000 a month there, and another little punk 1,200 on my weekly, my little 300 a week. So 5,200 a week. I wasn't tripping. I'm figuring it out. Get my license every time we would stop because I never been a truck driver in school. So every time we would stop, I set the cones up, learn how to back, pre-trip inspection, teaching myself the shit. Came home one weekend, went to the DMV, passed, and got my license. So now we on the road. Late night, we're on the 10 freeway coming through Tallahassee, the Panhandle of Florida. And I remember these motherfucking trucks coming by me, moving fast, like some different shit. I'm like, the fuck kind of truck is that? I'm looking at the trailer. Trailer look different, it's lower and shit. Got this crazy ass paint job. So I get on the CB and start talking to them. So they like, yeah, we enclose auto carriers. I said, is that right? Like, yeah. I'm like, yo, how much that load paying you? So I didn't believe them. They tell me some crazy shit. Our load is paying from San Diego. We going to Plant City, Florida. Load probably paying like 12,000. These niggas been picked up in Houston, going to Miami, Florida. These motherfuckers low paying down there 20,000, going half the distance. I'm like, the fuck? So I'm like, yo, what's the name of the company? They give me the information. Company called Select One. They up in Michigan. Name of that little city in Michigan. It's called Select One Auto Transport. Little city south of Detroit. Call up there. My uncle sleep. He don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I said, yeah, man, I want to, fill out the application, give him all my uncle's truck information, the year, the VIN number, all that. Cool. About 2.5 weeks later, we sit in motherfucking um, Virginia, DC somewhere. They called me. They said, hey, man, your application got approved. It's Burt Jones. I said, yeah, that's me. He said, yeah, you still got the T2000, the Kenworth? I said, yeah. They're like, all white, right? I said, yeah. They said, because our colors is white and blue. I said, yeah, truck all white. He said, all right, deadhead up here, drop your trailer. Deadhead up here. We got a trailer you go hook up to, some brand new Toyotas. They was Toyota Avalons. They just came out, steering wheel on the right side. They're going across the water, so I had to take them to
Right.
uh, the Long Beach dock. So we go, I tell my uncle, I said, listen, they tell me how much the load pay. So we would come out for like 12,000, get a load going back like 7,000. That's what we was doing. And fuel and everything came out of that. I said, listen, man, I got us another job. He looking at me like, motherfucker, you done been out here 3 months. Fuck you talking about. I said, look, man, I got this job. We need to go up here and do this job. I'm like, yo, the load pay a nigga 17,000 one way. He like, what? I said, if the load don't pay 17,000 one, you can fire me. I get out your truck. He said, cool. So we deadhead up there, hook up to the trailer, go around the corner. We couldn't load it. They loaded it for us. Fucking Detroit to Long Beach, we went. Got there, unloaded, paid 17,000. So now we all the logistics. Probably there like 6 months getting money. You know what I mean? So now he paying me a percentage. He paying me 20% or whatever the truck come in. Cool. In about 6 months, dude, like, yo, man, when you gonna release your nephew? Let him drive one of the company trucks. He like, shit, you could have him now. So I got out of his truck, jumped into one of their trucks. They was giving me a salary like 2,500 a week, some shit like that. So I'm running the truck like 2 weeks. They're like, yo, you need to fill out the application because at the time I was running up under my uncle's authority. I fill out the application. They called me in a week later and say, hey man, a felony popped up, but it's not making sense. You know, we looking at your date of birth and the date the felony was, it was like showing 16, but it showed prison. I said, yeah, I was 16 years old, man. They charged me as an adult. They looked at me, but by this time they know me as a person. I've been working with them for a minute. They like, 16, huh? I said, yeah, 16. They like, oh, don't worry about it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So they let me keep working. Uh, 2 years go by. I think I get a $250,000 contract with them, probably like a year into that. We had a young driver kill somebody in Colorado, fell asleep,
Mm.
killed the motherfucker because his company was fairly new. They said,
Oh
well, all your drivers got
no.
to be 25 so we can insure them. I wasn't 25. So they said, look, we're going to run you as long as we can till they make us fire you. So I got like 3, 4 months out of them. They made them terminate me because of my age. So I go across the streets, company called Waggoner's Trucking. They got the BMW account. They controlled all BMWs in the motherfucking United States of America. When they come in, they moving them. So I walk in there, give my application. He like, yeah, you gotta go through the training course. I said, man, I just was hauling Range Rovers, your X5 BMWs. Y'all hauling the cars. I shouldn't have to go through no training course. I don't want to wait. Can't none of your drivers outrun me, outwork me. Dude looked at me like, yeah, oh yeah. He's hauled around the corner, called select one. They told him the situation. You're like, all right, I understand. You're like, all right, it's an old ass truck out there. Go ahead on and work that. Guess truck been sitting there 2 years. This motherfucker old as a motherfucker.
Oh hell no.
I wasn't giving a fuck. I jumped in this old. Now I didn't know at the time that the dude I was talking to was the owner. Name is Wayne Wagner. You can Google Wagner's Trucking. Wayne and David Wagner's the owners. These motherfuckers been in the Fortune 500 company since the 50s. Started hauling fucking eggs and worked their way up to auto transport out of Oklahoma City over there, 15th Street Southeast over there. So I jump in the old truck. This motherfucker, old roof leaking, it's fucked up. I ain't giving a fuck. I'm chasing the money. After 90 days, I get a bonus check for like $8,000. Come to find out, these motherfuckers is paying me an extra percentage for every mile I drove because I'm in an old truck. So
Oh
shit.
shit.
So now I don't want to get rid of the old truck, right? So I'm telling the people, listen, I want to go owner operator and buy my own truck. I'm making them so much money, they don't want to let me out the company truck. And it's unheard of for a company driver to go owner operator at this time. Long story short, they tell me sit tight, be patient. About 9, 10 months go by. Um, they tell me, yo, man, we got this load tools and shit that need to go in this old truck back to Oklahoma so it can be refurbished. Jump in it, drove it across, got there. They tossed me the keys. I'm like, what's this to? They says to that Freightliner right there. I said, all right, well, shit. That's a conventional truck. What you want me to do with that? They like hook up to that trailer. Wayne Wagner said he gonna give you owner operators permit. You can go on your own for being patient. Started me out with a three hundred twenty five
Oh,
thousand
that's
dollar contract,
nice.
right? So they at this time I didn't realize what truck credit was and none of that. So they knew I wasn't gonna be able to pass. So they just financed the truck for me and I paid them back. So and that's how that started. And then from there I just um I think at that time people was making like 250, 300. My first year I did 375. Next year I did 400. We like, yo, man, I'm not understanding. Like, you run different, you dead hit more, but you make more money than the drivers. So everything I'm doing is just like the drug game. You give me a motherfucking load, pay 7,000 one way, and they telling me you gotta wait three days to get a load coming back that pay 3,000. But the people that just gave me the load to pay 7,000 telling me we got another $7,000 load on the ground if you want to come get it. And it take me a day and a half to get there. I'm telling them shit. The fuel cost me 700. Fuck that. I'm out. I go down there, get the other seven, come back up, and I'm right here with the white people to get the little punk 3,000 coming down. They're like, why you do that? I said, man, I just spent 1,400 round trip of fuel and made 7,000. 7 minus 14 56. While you niggas is sitting here doing nothing, waiting to make this three I'm finna make with you anyway.
Mm.
So I'm just looking at it different. They like, oh, you can't deadhead the fuel costs. Fuck that. Nigga, 700, come back 1,400. I'm coming back 5,600 profit. I'm out. Shit in the dope game, that's a good profit. Spend 14, make 56. I'm good. That's the way I'm thinking about it. So he tells me, hey, listen, anybody like you that got felonies and shit that you want to bring in, that you stamp and guarantee. And Rambo that be coming in here, he was one of them. I brought him in. Said if they come in through you on application, we'll hire them. And that's how I started building my own fleet. And I built my own fleet like that. Made my first 5 million in trucks. And then from there, got to the music and real estate. Trucks developed a tax problem, so pushed me to real estate, started buying real estate, and then the ball just kept rolling and rolling to the day. That's what it is. This is why these dudes, they be talking this shit they be talking. That shit don't make sense to me at all. Period.
And how old are you? How old were you at the time when you was doing all this?
Shit, that's 99. So I was 22.
Oh damn, yeah, you
Yeah,
was young.
22.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was
Hey,
22.
what?
Yep.
So,
See,
so,
my son and
so,
daughter's 10 years apart because I waited till I got off parole. I wasn't having no more kids while I was on parole. I waited till I got off parole. They made me do 4 years. And then I waited till I was stable in a legal job in the legal world before I wanted to have another kid. So 4 years, another 5 years with that, then her 9 years of pregnancy, 9 months of pregnancy. That's why my son and my daughter is
what you telling me
94 and
that you fell
2004.
asleep?
Yeah, I wasn't bringing another kid into this world till I knew I can fully step away from the streets. That's why I tell niggas, yo, bro, that shit you talking about don't make no sense to me. Don't want to hear it. Sorry.
Real
It was a
shit.
gay dude. It was a gay dude when I went to real estate because I wanted to do the loans and I had a felony, so they wouldn't let me be a mortgage broker. So he was a mortgage broker. So I'm like, listen, let me use your license. I'm gonna open up an office, put a team in here. I'll pay you a guaranteed 10,000 a month and $1,000 off every deal on top of that. So if I close 20 deals, he made 20,000 a month, not doing nothing. All right. I end up in Atlanta like '05 to about '08. So that market blew up.
Yep, that
So I
was
was
2000.
hustling out.
Yep, that was 2008 when
I
that
was
shit blew.
hustling, down there was a little different. You close with attorneys down there. So mortgage license allowed me to do loans. I got Kim to get a real estate license. So my man, the builder, he would send me a list of houses, 20, 30 houses. So it'd be like, I'll give you the house for 120, and then it'll praise for 180 or 200, praise for 300. Shit like that. He'd give me a list of houses. So I had everybody at the Pot Warner football fields and all that. Yo, you want to make 50, 60,000, put in your pocket, 80,000, put in your pocket? Hell yeah, I'll fly them niggas to Atlanta. Had a little 15 passenger van, had a count at the Vagabond Hotel on there. I drive them niggas around. So if the house was said 120, I put 20 on it, be 140, but then the motherfucker appraised at 200. They can pull the 60,000 out, which I'm doing alone, making money over there. And then Kim handling the real estate side. And I had a HUD lady over there because they was all rehab houses who was putting the renters in them. So I'm making 20, 25,000 profit on one side off each house, plus the 3% on each house I'm doing the loan. So I milked that for 3 years. I did the real estate loans out here in California. I was making a couple more million on the side doing that on top of the truck still moving. And then the music kicked in while I went from fucking around with Suge Knight. I went to doing my own thing. And Ray J gave me a shot. '06, '07. That's when I did Sexy Can I? And we went platinum, 5-time platinum. And it was on from there. It was on. From there, it was spun off into reality TV for the love of Ray J, all that shit. 2010, 11. I picked up management on Game. 2013, Jimmy Hitchman went to jail. I picked up 100% management on Game, moved him from from Interscope to E1, and all his albums from 2013 to right now That's all came from E1. After that came the Blueface, and then I started doing overseas tours for other artists and bunch of shit in between and shit on up to right now today. So that's really quick story of my life.
Hey, what? Can I ask you another question real quick?
Yep.
This eight down. So like from the trucking and all that, how did you really get into like the rap game business, like the managing business? Like who
Well,
put you in there?
Suge came
Like
home.
what?
Well, 99 Reggie Wright, who be coming on the app, was running Death Row. um, I started going out there and doing business with him. I had a book I wrote called Infiltration. It was a 13 chapter book. I had the idea I wanted a rap artist to do a song based on each chapter of the book. I wanted to take the CD and put it on the front of the book. Dub C gave me my first real business meeting in music. You ever run into him, he'll tell you that. We went out to fucking TGI Fridays in Burbank. Me, him, and a guy named Al Pittman, who was head of security over Exhibit at the time. This is back when Dre and them first kind of let Exhibit in. Exhibit, I knew him because he used to sleep on my homie couch, J-Ro from the Alcoholics. When I used to call home from the penitentiaries to answer the phone. Exhibit's originally from New Mexico, Albuquerque. They took him in over here, made him part of the Liquid Crew, got him a job with Steve Rifkin back then, Loud Records. So it kind of started with that. And with Reggie, Suge came home like '01, '02. By this time, Death Row was fucked up. Name was gone. It went from Death Row to The Row. We had realists over there, people like that, and Crooked Eye, but he didn't have distribution. So to have the catalog to Koch, which later on became E1, which I later, ended up doing business with them. I still do business with them today. And I remember them trying to get Ray J a deal and couldn't get it. That what was funny. I think Reggie told the story a couple of days ago. Then I ended up getting the deal once Death Row shut down, everything was fucked up. Ray J came to me and I remember his mom and Brandon, they used to laugh at us like, that boy ain't gonna be able to get you no deal. Your music career is over with. I went out there, I think got us like 2 million. And I made DJ K Slay, the A&R, the project. Then shit, we went from there. From that came Sexy Can I.
Shit.
Shit, it
Yeah.
was on from there, yeah. And I just kind of learned as I went. You know what I mean? Contracts, shit like that. I learned how to win. Joseph Isgrove, you Google him, Joe Isgrove. Hoffa, y'all know that movie with Jack Nicholson. That's his movie. Joseph Isgrove, the last Gambino family member standing. He the one went to the feds at 10 years for payola, controlling the radio stations. He broke Michael Jackson, Van Halen, shit like that. Googling, probably one of these black people he trusts, Italian dude. He was making his move to the movie industry going full time. So he gave me my first my power piece on the board, and he blessed me with my attorney that I have today, which is very instrumental in business and entertainment business. And he blessed me with his radio team. Time was a guy named Steve Russo. So now I had independent radio, and from that I just started building my squad.
That's
Reason
real
why
shit.
I'm so successful is I don't have to use the labels. I got all my own independent teams, digital radio. I ain't got to go to this song. Easy is out. I uploaded that shit through TuneCore. That's not with no label. That's just me. It's gonna say 100 ENT TuneCore. That's it.
What pushes you
Boom.
though?
What?
I said, what push you to keep going? You know, 'cause a lot of people like get.
I mean, shit, life, my nigga. Once you keep climbing, shit, challenging yourself. Kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't even do this shit for me. I didn't expect to see 18. So, my mission is to create generational wealth and make sure when I'm done running my race, shit, I qualify for a picture over the fireplace. That's it. I'm playing for the picture over the fireplace, bro. I ain't playing for the motherfucking GoFundMe or the car wash. I'm playing for that picture over the fireplace. So every now and then when they sit in one of these homes I built from scratch and this Thanksgiving or Christmas, they might look over that fireplace and look at me. They might tell a story or two. And my great grandkids and great great grandkids and great great grandkids to tell a story or two. You know what I mean? I studied the Kennedys. They ain't rich from the presidency. President only make 250, 300, 400,000 a year. They rich because every motherfucking bottle of gin that's made in the world, they get a cut of. That's
Real
why they
shit.
rich. You know
Real
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Real
So
shit.
it's like, and I had to study this shit. How many of these niggas get rich off music? Not too get wealthy off music. Not too many of them. A lot of them get rich off music. Dr. Dre got rich off music. He didn't get wealthy till he had a product. Dre Beats, Puff, the same thing. A product. Ciroc, Revolt. So I had to find my product. That's where the diapers came from. You know what I'm saying? If it happens right, I won't even live to see the success of that product. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you.
That's why when niggas go to talking that shit, they be talking. Hey, look, bro, the business I'm doing with 6ix9ine helps me power two, three other businesses. Them niggas talking about how the streets gonna look. I don't give a fuck about how no nigga that ain't never been to the dentist gonna look at me. Fuck what that nigga talking about. And he better respect the fact that I am a street nigga and been where I've been and I'm breaded up. And respect the fact that your life costs 2,500 in these streets. So if it's that simple, I can, I take a drink and backslide a little bit, might end up in the dark alley, drop a bag, keep moving, get on the jet, and go somewhere. By the time I land, is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm dangerous if I want to be. That's why I tell niggas, leave me alone, mind your business, bro. I'm a mind mine. But I'm playing for keeps. Because everything I'm doing is for my family, nigga. That means something. That's it. As long as I can take my last breath and know they straight, it don't even matter. This doctor come me to get up and running, they niggas really in trouble. Don't matter. You can send a hit squad, nigga. That's just more life insurance money they gonna get. You can do whatever you want, long as I can take my last breath and know they straight. It don't matter. Lock me in a dungeon, a cage, kill me twice. It don't matter. Everything I do is for the benefit of my family. That's it. So whatever some niggas in the parking garage is talking about, you don't supersede the thoughts of what this gonna do for my family. Not gonna happen. Period.
I respect that, what? I respect that. I appreciate you talking to me.
Yep. So that's really the quick breakdown of what it is and where I come from.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, how you got in the business with Birdman though?
Well, me and Birdman go back about what's it, 2022. So we go back to about '05 when I first met Birdman in '05, just in passing, talking. There's been a few situations that I just so happen to be there and things is going on and I helped the situation and they was allowed to get up out of there and, go on home and I never asked for nothing. And I think my first meet with Birdman is the day they did the Millie video. You go watch the Millie video with Lil Wayne, you see Wack 100 with a full head of hair, Kim on the side of him. As soon as he jump off the Rolls Royce. It's my first meeting with him. And he started telling me he wanted to make a move to the West, keep doing what you're doing, and when I'm ready, I'm gonna come to you first. So, we kept in contact. You know what I mean? If I need tickets to an event or something, awards or something, he make it happen for me or whatever. And then shit, when he was ready to make the move, he called me. So I got a couple $1 million laying around, come up with a name up for what the your side gonna be and shit, go to work. And shit, from that came Cash Money West, and I went to work. That's just another label that I run, side of the label I run. So, we was acquainted and friends with some other shit. We always kept in contact. He come out, I pull up on him, we have dinner, I fuck with him. It was cool. When I took over Games Project, it was cool. Like you see that 100 song I do on the intro of the podcast, you know, shit, the invoice came in at 150,000 from the attorney. Called Stunner, 30 minutes later they zeroed it out. Free. It's my nigga. Let him eat. Wack, you go, you got ownership of the song. We don't want none of it. That's yours. You know what I mean? So all the Lil Wayne versus this shit, they ain't never charged me ever in life. Relationships.
Relationship is key.